And some interesting fact about myself that you may not know. When I first moved here, I lived in the Charlotte Lighthouse for about 5 years. My father was the chief in the Coast Guard, and that was actually the residence for the chief. So that was kind of interesting as growing up. Also, in the district, I met my wife, who we've been together for 12 plus years now, and that's been great as well. So I actually started my career here while I was still in high school. I started off as a cleaner at Arcadia, part-time in the evenings, and I was in that job role for a few years, and computers has always been something that I tinkered with as a kid, and I wrote a little program for my boss at that point to help with some of the maintenance in the building. He showed it to his boss, and then I ended up moving into the facilities department to do items like that on a district level. From there, I moved over to transportation for about 5 years, where I did routing and supervised the garage for 5 years. And then I moved into technology, where I was part of the networking team and was in technology for 5 or 6 years as well. Ended up coming back to facilities to handle the systems coordinator role that I'm in now, and I've been here ever since and loved every minute of it. So my role is facility operations and planning systems coordinator. I'm involved with multiple teams. I help oversee facility use around the district, which is groups coming in using our spaces. I also am part of the team in logistics in the warehouse, where we receive in, you name it, it comes in, it goes out, and it will probably pass through the warehouse. We handle all the mail functions for the district. We pick it up, we put it down. And then I also support facility operations in some of the technical and process improvement things that they've got. COVID was weird for everybody. There were a small group of us initially who we never worked remotely. We were here right through starting on the Sunday that everything happened. We still had things being delivered to the schools. We still had to make sure the lights were on, the heat was working. So there was a core group, probably about a dozen or so, that we just worked right through. Then we slowly started to get things in place to continue remote learning. A few more people would come back, but we never really had, obviously staff never really came back that year. And that was something that I missed, was just the people. It was different not having, you couldn't look out a window and see buses rolling by or kids walking through the parking lot in the morning. The other piece that I was thinking about this that I really missed was having the time to think about and do things a little bit more thorough than we did. Things were changing so quickly and so fast that you do one thing today and then it changed tomorrow, and you had to just shift gears and make it happen. And it was and still is, I think, tough on a lot of people operating in that kind of an environment. People and time are the two things I miss the most. Initially, when I thought about choose love, it seems so simple that to define love, but it's not. I mean, you have to actually really have to sit and think about what it means to apply it, I think, and not even before COVID. I think with all the political, whatever side you were on, there was a lot of divisiveness in the country and communities. Then add COVID into the mix, was just more of people being pulled apart, and I don't like you and you don't like me and don't tell me what to do. And it still is. It's a lot for people. People are tired. They are frustrated for multiple reasons. And I think to help combat that, you actually have to make a conscious decision and recognize that that's going on, and say, I don't want to be a part of that. I want to make somebody smile today, and that might be the only smile they get. Or, hey, I'm going to do something nice just because. Have some empathy and compassion for other people, that not everybody's here to take advantage of things, or somebody just might be down on their luck, and you could be the only person that day that gives them some positive thing in their day. I trying to lean that way and be that person. So I think Kathy promoting that's going to maybe help some other people think that way. It's a good thing. I think it's all figure outable. If you think about it, we're all, I mean, I spend more time here than I do with my family. I mean, this is my work family. I've known these people 30 plus years for some of these people. We can rely on each other. You can help one another. We don't have to do it all by ourselves. We'll get through this. But again, try to be that positive thing in someone else's day. It'll go a long way.